I thought it was time we put those finishing touches on the Lavender House so we can sell this place and put it behind us. I think first things first, I'm finally going to mow this lawn. It has needed to be done since we bought this place, and I even mentioned that I was hoping for us to have that feature in the future. Wow, that kind of almost rhymed. But yeah, it definitely needed it for this front lawn to truly reach its full potential. I have to say that mowing the lawn is probably one of the most relaxing things you can do. I don't know, there's just something about it. I'm also remembering, as we pass it by there, that we have that chair that I still need to find a home for somewhere in the house. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, but it definitely needs to be put in the house someplace. I think I might have room in the bedroom yet, so that might be a good spot for it. I kind of love that we can mow right through the tree. Can I go right? Yeah, I can go right through everything, literally. It's kind of comical. But yeah, I started out the front lawn kind of weird doing it side to side. I tend to mow the lawn in a different direction every time. I don't know how true it is, but I was taught that mowing in different directions actually promotes growth of the grass and promotes like a more thick, even pattern of growth. I don't know. It could have been, someone talking out their rear, but it, yeah. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed changing up the pattern. Sometimes it would be, front to back from the house, like I'm doing now. Sometimes it would be side to side. And other times I would literally start in a corner and spiral around the house until I was done. So what's your favorite way to mow the lawn? Alright, the last couple of rows here, wrapping it up. I think it looks a million times better. Just having this lawn trimmed down properly. So much nicer. There we go. Yeah. The curb appeal just from doing that is so much improved. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is copy the style here and paste it there. I think it blends a little too much into the wall, but I'm also kind of enjoying the look of it. I'm wondering if I have a lamp that would fit behind there that would coordinate with the ones we already have in here. We have these kind of fancier floor lamps, which would match that, but I feel like that might be a little excessive for this space. I do think we need a rug if we can find something that is going to kind of fit in here. Let's see, that's a bit small. I wish we had like sizing to help us out so we knew how big something was before we tried to place it. I'm gonna close you for a moment, and I don't know if I want, whoops, I keep putting myself to sleep, which is not helping because then I end up in the middle of the day. And I'm hoping that doesn't affect me too much. I don't know the significance of sleeping yet. Okay, let's try this size. I feel like that's still a little too small now, but I think it's better than the other one was. But I need to get my placement a little better. Let's see, kind of... Actually, I'm starting to think the other one might have actually been better. It takes up the entire room, but I do think it's better. And then I think from there, we're going to change the style of it now that I've decided on one. I want to make this nice and fluffy, and I think, honestly, I want to do all of this in white. I think just a nice, rich white carpet on the floor will kind of work the best. It'll kind of bring the color together a little bit. I wish that I could have had one in between the two sizes, because I feel like this is not quite right. It's a little too big for this room, but the other one was a little too small. Okay, now the height of this is too much for a single picture. Placing it up there would just be awkward. I did debate putting one to each side, but I still feel like that would be too much as well. So what I'm thinking, honestly, is 2 smaller pictures to each side. And we're going to kind of shrink these to a point that they'll work well. And I think, and then I think if I can, now that I've done that, I want to change the style of it. So that I can get a different picture in here. And then I'm going to duplicate and put a second one over on the other side, if it will allow me to. And then I'll just change up the picture in it. Okay, and some nice basic curtains. I put a little bit of pattern in them just to kind of make them look a little different than just plain. I feel like I need a plant. Yeah, that gives us a little something over there. That's kind of nice. I wonder if we have like a small table. Something just for on the side. It might be about the right size if I can get it to tuck in just right. There we go. I think as far as lighting, I would like some kind of candle here. I think this is actually kind of cool. I really like that. Actually, just as it is as well. And we're just going to put a little notebook here. It'll be where you sit down to write about the dreams that you had. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with that room. So the bathroom is done. I wanted to finish this room and kind of paint all of this or something. I think, honestly, I am in the paint mood. So we're going to go and pick up some paint. And I want to keep it in the pastel range. Trying to think, I don't think I've used a yellow yet, now that I think about it. And I decided then to put a couple of doors in here. The color came out more mustard than yellow, but I think it works all right, especially walking into here. It kind of seems to pull some of the greenish color from here. And I think when all the doors are closed, you know, they kind of work well together. So I think it turned out okay. All right, so we're going to take one final walkthrough. So we have our living room space. I'm still feeling like it's a lot, but that was kind of the point of this particular house, was to really explore patterns and play with it. I do really like my decision to take that wall out, which, by the way, I forgot about the paint. Taking out that wall, I think, definitely opened things up and made it just make more sense to me. It definitely feels more sensible and complete this way than it did without it. I do this every time where I choose the wrong tool when I want to sell. I don't want to duplicate. I want to sell. Thank you. Now, the kitchen, I actually like the subtle pattern that we ended up going with here. The kitchen is very bright, though. These lights are much brighter than I would have anticipated. But I do like having a bright kitchen. And I had fun doing the decorations on the fridge, little magnets on there. I thought that was a fun little touch. Placing these dishes was probably the most difficult part of this, but it does look like it ended up closing. I had been having an issue with that. I mean, it's sticking through the cabinet, so we'll just have to pretend it's not doing that, I guess. Our next project was the bathroom, which I think might be my favorite of the rooms. I think it actually turned out the best. We still managed to bring in that kind of ornate and somewhat patterned design that we see throughout the rest of the house. These two rooms are basically just empty, so we're not going to bother looking in there. And then the main bedroom of the house, or only bedroom of the house for that matter. I'm really glad with my decision to put this here. I think this would be a nice touch for a bedroom, especially because you have this great back porch and a great place, like a great backyard, to just sit out and do things. So all around, yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out when you consider especially what we started with. I suppose we can finally get rid of that paint because we have all of that done. And we found a place for that chair. I'm guessing I can just sell this because I used it and I can't put it in my pocket. So there's the house. Now I need to figure out how to sell it. Okay, for those who didn't know this, like I didn't, you actually have to be at the house, and if you hit your tab, there's a sell house option, and we're going to put it up for auction. It does look like we're going to actually lose money on this house. Wait, that's a different house entirely. What are we... What? Okay, we need someone to... Okay, that would give us plus 35. Okay, now I'm understanding. Alright. So do we only get one offer? Okay. If you buy it again in the future, it will be reset to its original state. Interesting. Actually, I'm happy that we have made that kind of profit, to be honest. So I am more than content to sell this house. We've made some major changes to it. Whether they are good or bad changes is, I guess, up for you to decide. But it's exciting because we have actually sold our first house. And, you know, maybe we'll make some better decisions on future houses. I think before I wrap things up, I actually would like to use the money that we've made from this house to go ahead and take a look at purchasing our next house. I actually didn't realize there was that much trash in the front yard when we started. I kind of had forgotten about that. It has been quite the change, though. Wow. It's amazing how much this place has changed. And we made use of that chair. Oh, and we got a first million as our achievement. Alright, let's look at the houses. We have Blue Bungalow, More Than a Trailer, Over the Garage, Compact House, and Verdant Nook. I think because I have a tendency to overspend, we're going to keep it to a simple, smaller house, and I do love a good bungalow. So we're going to go ahead and buy the Blue Bungalow, and I think next time we might take a look at it and get started on the renovating. I think that would be fun. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and keep on being perfectly you.